This is what it is like for those overpass patriots. The ones who come and spread love from the overpass. So if you're wondering what you can do, this is something that you can do. Grab a couple of your friends and say, okay, we are proud to be Americans, and we will come out and we will show how proud we are to be Americans. We honor the sacrifice of the men and women who died fighting for our rights and freedom. And we will not give up without a fight to keep the freedoms that too many had to die so that we may live in freedom. Sorry, I kind of covered up that thumbs up. Gotta see if I can put this down. Hang on. I don't know why I feel better having it in my hand. We're out here on I-81, and this is in West Virginia, and we are showing our patriotism to the people traveling. Got us a slow roll. what do you call a thrill? Standing on an overpass with the flag, letting everybody know that you're proud to be an American, and have them honk back and say, yeah, me too. So people, when are we gonna come together and solve these problems that are becoming so apparent? When are you going to say enough of the misery and fear that is being pushed upon you by major media outlets? And that includes public broadcast. All those who are owned by the few elitists who are showing how much they want to control the world population, that they are willing to depopulate, to separate and divide, to give and do acts of war upon the people. The tyrannical rule of our government that will not allow our grievances to be noted. Duly noted that there are obvious problems in how our United States has had to face. We the people come together in love during tragedies. Well, people, if you weren't experiencing a tragedy right now, then you must be locked in a room only listening to mass media and sitting on your reality through video games. It's not gonna do it. By the time you wake up, the damage is already done. So just so you know, there's some of us who will do what it takes. We're willing to pay the price of freedom. What are you willing to do for your freedom? You want to start with your health freedom? How about let's look at the size of hospitals. The hospitals that are meant to heal us. How many people have walked out of hospitals that were healed? without being placed upon any other medication. How's that? Yeah, we felt that rumble on the bridge. So if you look at this increase in size in hospitals, and if hospitals are supposed to get us healthy, then why do the hospitals keep growing in size? I know when I was a kid, and we're going back 50, 60 years if you want. When I was a kid, they had hospitals that were one floor. And now, how many floors, how many wings? Have you noticed, since the advent of pharmaceuticals, that the only people who have really profited are the companies who invest in them? The investors might make a profit, but doesn't that make them just as guilty as the pharma companies who are profiting from the sickness that is caused by the side effects of taking those so-called manufactured poison in water? I mean, really, that's about what it is. Poison in water. Did you ever wonder how many drugs people take that they really need, that don't produce another side effect, that they aren't given another whatever to heal whatever that never heals whatever? So why bother? At the turn of the century in the 1900s, you had natural healing. Could that be why the doctor made house calls? Because there wasn't a whole lot of need for large hospitals prior to an organized crime syndicate to depopulate the earth using poison in water to do it? How many of those little pills do you need to be happy in your life? Did you know that Hippocrates, the father of medicine, said that a man cannot call himself a physician unless he knows the stars. So even though the father of medicine stated that you have to know the stars in order to treat the patient, how many doctors know the stars or the planets that affect the different body parts in certain times? How many doctors know that you should not perform surgery during a waxing moon or on a day that the moon correlates to the body part that is being operated on? We as the United States, the United People of we the people in the United States, need to decide how much more tyrannical rule that we will allow the three-letter organizations that are setting these so-called rules to our health and our happiness. We are in a fight for our freedom. The pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Are you pursuing happiness? How's your life going? Is your life being controlled by government agencies who treat you as a number? A number on what list? Why would they want to take out the elderly? Because it's the elderly who know how to live off the land. Something that has long been forgotten because people, children, think that you get your food out of a grocery store. What happens when there is no more groceries in the grocery store? So when there are no more groceries, what are you going to do? Did you already stock up? Did you stock up on food and water? Or did you think that the water would keep running out of the spigot? Did you think that even if the water keeps running out of the spigot, that it will be as pure as it went in? You're getting it out of the spigot. Either you have a well pump, and there again, what kind of groundwater do you have? The water that's in the city and county That's been filtered. But that doesn't mean that it will always be a continuous supply and it will be able to get filtered. Do you have a water filtration device? Do you have something that does not need electric to run in order to purify your water to drink? Do you live in a location where you have clean water? When you're checking out overpasses in which to stand, find those with the country roads. Some of them have a little bit wider, which are a lot safer. So try to pick one that doesn't have a whole lot of traffic on. Especially if you're bringing kids. Kids always like to come because of the truckers honking at them. They like to pump their hands, get them to honk. Yeah, I know. If I wasn't worried, hey, there goes a flag on a truck. If I wasn't worried about losing my phone, I would put it down. But the wind earlier and still now, it was much worse, but it's still blowing. So since Murphy's my uncle, and what can go wrong will go wrong, I don't want to put my camera down and a breeze come, and then next thing you know, it all, yeah, wouldn't be good if it fell. I-81 northbound in West Virginia. We're doing that patriotic overpass support. When we were doing our convoys, we would talk about the OPPs, overpass patriots, because it was always so cool to see people standing up on the bridge waving to us. It's like, yeah, we support what you're doing. Keep it up. We like our freedom. Keep it up. We'll keep bringing you your groceries. Keep it up. You look at our highway taxes, how much tax on each gallon of gas is supposed to go to fix highways. Pool water. It's that time of year. But boy, did you feel that shake this bridge? Infrastructure. Where's that money going? Is that infrastructure money going to fix our bridges and our roads? Now watch. See those bumps? What are those bumps in the road? Because if you look at those bumps in the road, there's a lot of times when you're going and you're on your way and all of a sudden you come across a bump in the middle of the road and it sends you in another direction. Like when you change directions, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm filming this, or shall I say I'm recording this live through Prism. So I know that it goes on a bunch of different platforms. Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure how to access any of the chats. So I guess what I'm going to have to do is go back over and look in and respond to chats or ask someone how to do it, or if I do have to have two devices in order to do it. We the people can't afford to give up. At least those of us who like our freedom. that was that pool water going again. Must have been a kiddie pool, because he definitely wasn't gone that long. At least not long enough to fill up a pool like I like. So did you see that the FDA is actually pushing for that experimental jab to be jabbed into 6 months old up to what? Seriously? They haven't made enough of a profit on the people that have already taken the experimental, and there isn't enough of evidence documenting the harm. There has to be something more than just the depopulation agenda. And you know what I think that it would be? Matey. AI. You hear about the different experiments that they've already been doing with AI. And when I heard about the aborted fetal tissues being used to advance science to help people heal, I thought that was a good idea. I mean, why waste when it can be utilized for saving others? But then I also have been wondering about this AI in aborted prior to, at term, after term. Will they use those fetuses for AI experiments? It's like, aborting because you see the birth defects. It's not a perfect. So shall we abort? Shall we have and donate the fetus for science? I don't know about you, but it kind of really seems inhumane. I know that there are times when I think about, and I would not want to live if I could not keep mobile, because I enjoy being mobile. But then, would I want to be like Stephen Hawkins and still be able to express my opinion and beliefs if I could not communicate with people other than through AI. And if the only way to get there is through aborted fetuses, using and doing experiments with AI. Sounds like a paradox for life. And that's that yin and yang. It's not all black and white. Not when you're trying to really join the two. There's always a shade of gray in between. I know, it keeps going up. I know. Next time I guess I could bring tape and tape it, since I'm so afraid it'll fall over. I shouldn't be afraid, but then I know Murphy's Law. And I know that right now I can't afford another phone. I-81. What overpass are you gonna pick? Here comes that big oversize. Thank you. Santa just brought me a water. A nice cold one. overpass. Pick an overpass. Pick whatever overpass you want. Just pick an overpass. Have an overpass party. How many people can you get to your overpass party? And I'll tell you what, it was really inspiring seeing a lone person willing to get out by themselves to show their support, even if it was by themselves. That was so cool. When we were circling DC on a regular basis, there was one man who would always be standing out there by himself with a flag. He was a patriot. He knows the price of freedom is not free. Might be just a small gesture, but it means a lot, and it signals to other patriots out there that we are not alone, that we are Americans, and we're proud to be Americans. And those who have come to America, no matter how they've come to America, came to America because they do believe in the American dream, that this is a great place to live. It's not just for the beautiful scenery, but it is the freedoms that we as Americans have taken for granted. At least the majority of Americans have taken for granted, because if it wasn't, then we wouldn't be in the position that we are now. Period. So, what are you gonna do to keep your freedom? Would you do something so little as coming out on an overpass? Something so little as to put flags in your front yard or on your car, like we did after September 11th, 2001? Don't know if you know about that one, but yeah, there's a couple of really good videos that are out there. Loose Change, Jason Burmis, not quite sure what his website is, but he's on oh goodness, he has a little bit on YouTube, so look up Jason Burmis on YouTube. Let's see, what's that? Oh, dang, of course it's not coming right now. But anyhow, him and We Are Change is also another good one. They've done a lot of good investigative work. I mean, I'm always talking about my Amazing Polly, amazingpolly.net, or see her videos on BitChute. She's out of Canada, and I admire her greatly for her documented work. It it's not just telling you. It also shows you. She also shows you documents. And you get to find out who's who and what's what in the world of the elitists and their plan for global dominance. It was David Rockefeller who said that astrology is for billionaires. And I did say billionaires, not millionaires. So, understanding the planetary, I can see why they were a little bit concerned when Hillary got in, or didn't get in as expected. Because if she would have, the turn of events for control would have been way more drastic than it is now. Because they're trying to play catch up. Yep, I'm feeling some sprinkles. I don't melt, but my phone has a crack in it. Well, my phone has a couple of cracks in it. So, if it starts to rain a little bit more, my phone will melt in the rain. So, we'll have to call it for the OPP. Overpass Patriots. Well, I guess we could always say Overpass Patriot Party. So then that would be a what? An OPPP? OPPP? OPP? Either way, whether you do it alone or you do it with a bunch of people, it's a cool experience. Your heart might beat if you're claustrophobic, or I guess that's not claustrophobic because we're kind of like out, but scared of heights. Yeah, you might want to, I'm like not standing up on the sidewalk. If I stood up on the sidewalk, well, I guess it looks like no. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, it might come to the groin area. So it's not enough that, if you all of a sudden get dizzy, you're gonna fall over, and that's not cool. So I'd rather come here at eye level. Even though we have that wire in front of us, that kind of sucks for the viewpoint. But I wanted to even them up on both the north and south side of the bridge. See how the cars and trucks bounce over that road? But there again, looking at it, that whatever is in that road right there looks like it might have been placed there, in judging how those lines are hooked up. You always look and question, especially authority. we just go for an hour? Well, really, if you get out there and you start waving your flag, you might not realize how quick an hour goes by, which, wow, that was just an hour. And it's amazing that you're standing out here and it's like, wow, that was just an hour. Isn't it nice to be able to get in your vehicle and go wherever you want to go? Although I have to admit, it really sucks that you can't go and do what you used to do. Because the price of gas has been increased so greatly. For what reason? But a globalist agenda in which to destroy the people. If they can't kill them through experimental, can they do it through mind control? They say that our media is very predictive of our future. And I can agree with that. Being that meltdown at 3 Mile Island and China Syndrome all happened concurrently. And then Fukushima. Yeah, government really doesn't tell people what's going on. Our government is not of, for, and by the people anymore. Our government has become a pack of tyrannical rulers who wish to profit on a position of servitude that is of, by, and for the people. They use their money to get into political position in order to increase their wealth, not for the good of the people that they have been elected to represent. But have they really been elected, or have they been bought by the highest bidder? over here and check out the southbound lane. That sky's pretty cool, isn't it? With those clouds. Yeah. Most definitely a storm coming in. You can see the whites of the trees turning over. It's cool coming up here because now you know what it looked like when the people were on the bridges. It's like you really couldn't see faces. Let's get back to that astrology. Let's get back to that planetary aspects are supporting a revolution. Even though it's not something that we really want to do, it looks like it's gonna be something that we really have to do. If we want change. Because the tyrannical rule that is trying to enforce their will onto the people are not exactly willing to give up. And they're thinking that all this money that they have is going to save them for what's coming. They think that the underground shelters and bunkers that they have made for themselves are going to protect them in the future. That's one thing about the good orderly direction. The good orderly direction knows good from evil. More minutes. That would be like an hour and a half. And I'll tell you, the time actually went surprisingly fast. I mean, there again, it wasn't like I wasn't talking to myself. And if you can do a live stream, do a live stream and talk to the people like I just did. Or take a video of yourself doing it and talk to the people who will see it after it's been uploaded. Let our veterans know that they aren't forgotten. That we, the people, are really grateful for our freedom. One can only imagine the horrors of war. And we see the horrors of war playing out in the world. With the control for the dominance of the world by the elitist group who don't even want to tell us what they talk about. At their Bilderberg meetings. Very rarely will they tell you what they talk about. The so-called elitists who wish to control the world. What? Seriously? You seriously want to control the world? You seriously want to play the God? Not just to your existence, but to everyone's existence. not like we don't know who always triumphs in the end. We know that light always overcomes darkness. Freedom isn't free. What price are you willing to pay? I mean, if you can't get out there, you really want to get out there and you want to have an overpass party, but for whatever reason, you are not able to get out, put it out on the meetups and see if you can get someone who can record it for you, who can show you the thrill of it, to stand out here. More and more cars are putting on their lights in both directions. So there's a good chance that weather is going to come in and say, okay, you're done. So come out and have an OPP. And look at all the cars that drive. And ask yourself, do you enjoy this freedom to travel as you please, where you please, when you please? Or would you like someone to control your every move, telling you where, when, how you're going to go, do, be, see? And if you're allowed to go throughout the United States, or if you can only stay in your little town, or if you can only stay in your little apartment. If you go to any communist country, what's their experience? Are they allowed to go out on their overpasses with their country's flag and fly it for freedom? Would be kind of cool to have a kite flying it out here. But there again, you know, Murphy's Law. Wind would come, crash the kite on the road. Not good. That's one of those car carriers that I recorded on fire. That was in Virginia, mile marker 44, 181 North. Overpass, Patriot, showing love. Well, I hope that y'all enjoyed the adventure of the day in fighting the good fight for our freedom, letting our fellow patriots know that they are not alone, that there is hope, that there are some, there are maybe a few, maybe there are many, maybe there are the silent majority that are waiting for that time, the time of movement, the time for speaking up is now, speaking your piece, speaking your grievances to your government, making sure that they understand that they work for us. Us, we the people who elected or exposed the election fraud and demand truth and accountability in our voting measures. So the steal will not happen again. Watch 2,000 Mules and you'll understand why I say the steal. If you can't take facts and put them all together and come up with the truth, then maybe that truth isn't paying you enough to say it's false. And that's sad. So those of you who know, be brave and do something. Act as if your freedom depends on it, because it does. God bless y'all in that good orderly direction. Until next time, love y'all.